This is the Starfactory. At over 1 million square feet, it is the biggest and most advanced rocket manufacturing plant in the world. It's also the location where SpaceX is building the Starship, and they are building a lot of them. With just one Starfactory, SpaceX can build up to 365 Starships per year. That's one rocket every single day. To accomplish this, they need a factory unlike anything you've seen before. And inside the Starfactory, we will find a giant automated machine that is building rockets for the future of human space exploration. It all begins with raw materials. It's crazy to think that the majority of an epic Starship rocket starts out looking like this, just a big roll of stainless steel. The metal is about 4 millimeters thick, and each sheet is 18 m wide. SpaceX uses their own custom blend for this stainless steel, which they've developed to handle the unique demands of a reusable rocket, of course. It needs to be strong, but that strength needs to be maintained from super low temperature conditions when the rocket takes off. Loaded with cryogenic fuel, all the way to super hot conditions when it comes screaming back through the atmosphere. SpaceX steel is actually strongest when it's cold, at the time, when the rocket is under the heaviest load. The metal also needs to be corrosion resistant because these reusable rockets need to last for a very long time, and they'll spend most of that time hanging out in the salty sea air. But at the same time, this particular alloy needs to be easy for the Starfactory to work with, meaning it can be bent into shape and welded together without any complications. This is the first real step in the manufacturing process. An automated machine that cuts sheets of metal from the rolls and welds them into rings. Then the rings are stacked into segments of 3 or 5, and everything is welded together by a robot arm that circles around the stack and completes the job in one quick fluid motion. There was a time where every Starship was hand-welded from top to bottom, but as SpaceX moves towards mass production, they are automating every part of the process that they can now. Human welders are still responsible for attaching small parts that demand precision and adaptability, but all of the larger jobs have been handed off to machines now. For the curved bits of the rocket, like the nose cone and the fuel tanks, the steel needs to be bent into shape before it can be welded together. For this, SpaceX uses a process called hydroforming. It's basically using a very high-pressure liquid to push the sheet of metal into a mold. The amount of force used to bend steel like this can reach over 36,000 psi, which is twice the pressure you'd experience standing on the bottom of the ocean. Once the parts are formed into shape, they go into the same rotating welding machine to make the pointy end of the nose cone now. From here, different sections of the rocket will follow different paths through the Starfactory, so it's not like a traditional production line where everything flows down one big conveyor belt and different parts get added on along the way until you end up with the finished product. That's the concept that was originally popularized by Henry Ford back in the 1920s, and it's remained a manufacturing standard until today. But this does not mean it's the best way to make a car or a rocket. Hey, I've got 3 quick things I need to tell you about, and hi, I am Sean, and we are the actual humans behind the space race. See this? This is real After Effects animations being done live right now. All of our 3D, all of our 2D is done by real people in-house. No AI involved. This is our render rig. It cost us $8,000 and it still takes a few days to sometimes weeks just to render out a 3D project. That's Ted. He's got a 7-month-old at home and he still gets up before her just to get work done. And this is Brady. He's got a 4-month-old at home. And Jay behind the camera. He's got 2 of his own. So yeah. This team is basically running on caffeine and not much sleep. And I've got a little fella on the way too, so if the upload schedule gets a little weird around October, you know why. My point is, we are all real people, and it takes real time and money to produce these videos. So if you'd like to support us in any way, here is how. First, we've got a free newsletter, the Space Roo News, all the most important weekly space news straight to your inbox second. That join button gets you early access, plus behind the scenes on how we actually build this stuff, and it is the most direct way to keep the lights on around here and also help us not be so dependent on sponsorship money. Third, we've got new merch, including a shirt that says, "I love Uranus." Yes, we know exactly what we're doing, and we have no regrets. So, read the newsletter, join as a member on the channel, buy the merch, or just continue watching the videos, whatever works for you. No matter what, thank you for Sue.